All right, boys, girls. I think we're done. I think we're done until tomorrow. I don't think there's going to be any trades tonight because I think everything that's going to get done has been done. Now I've had to shoehorn some stuff in since I started this board. Mike Smith's going to the Oilers. Rumor has it it's a $2 million deal. 2 million in potential bonuses going to him as well. We'll see how long the term is, but that's the rumor. I think it's 2 years. We'll see. So Mike Smith going to the Oilers, and rumors having Cam Talbot going to the Flames. It's crazy town. And apparently the Oilers are in on Corey Perry, but there are other teams that are in on Corey Perry as well. Teams that struck out on the big name free agents who are circling back on Corey Perry late. So Perry right now apparently has whittled it down to 3 or 4 different teams. The Oilers may very well be one of those teams. The Leafs are not shopping Nazem Kadri, but that has not stopped teams from calling Toronto about him. And we'll see whether or not something happens with Kadri. There's no rush with the Leafs if they're even inclined to move him. And honestly, I wouldn't if I was Toronto. He's a useful third line center. I know people are going to point out suspensions and whatnot. He's a useful third line center, and he fulfills a role in Toronto that if he left, who in the hell's going to do it? Like, they lost Komarov, they lost Martin, and then if they lose Kadri, you've just got the softest team in the league, basically, up front, and you just can't. Curtis Lazar apparently is going to sign a one-way contract tomorrow with the Buffalo Sabres. He, of course, was not offered a qualifying contract by the Flames. So there you go, Buffalo. You're going back to the playoffs with Lazar. I'm just kidding. Apparently, Dallas is the most likely destination for Joe Pavelski. I will admit, I've been mildly excited today by this news. I think this could be great for Dallas. They needed scoring depth. They had that first line, and they kept trying to break it up during the year. And there were some signs that maybe guys like Hintz, maybe Fox at certain points, maybe they'd provide that depth, but really wasn't there. So, while I don't like losing Zuccarello, which apparently is the case, getting Pavelski would be fantastic. Getting both would be better, but Pavelski would be a huge add. And I'd be very thankful to San Jose fans for not hating me if we end up with Pavelski, because I know how beloved he is in San Jose. George McPhee says there will be no more moves in the near future for Vegas. My only problem with that is, right now their defense is Schmidt, Theodore, McNabb, Holden, and Merrill, with rookies Haig, Whitecloud, and Schultz on that blue line. I don't think that's a strong enough blue line. Not if they want to be a Stanley Cup contender. I don't see that in what they have there. McNabb, Holden, and Merrill all have holes in their game. And if you're relying on multiple rookies, that could be a recipe for disaster on the blue line. So I do wonder if 33% of their top 6 are rookies, if that conversation's going to change come like October 1st. So maybe they're done for the summer. But I do think Vegas is going to have to circle back and figure out their defense. And they don't really, even with the moves they've made, they don't really have cap space. They can put Clarkson on long-term injured reserve, but they don't really have cap space to add anybody. That's part of the reason why they've also said don't expect any free agents. I don't think that was going to be a problem. Luke Shen, rumors have tied him to Tampa. We'll see if that happens tomorrow. Matt Zuccarello, there are rumors tying him to Minnesota as a potential destination. If you're a Wild fan, how do you feel about the idea of adding a veteran up front to a team that was the oldest in the league last year, with the idea that maybe they feel that adding another forward will get them back to the playoffs? You get the feeling Minnesota's not committed to doing an actual rebuild, but they're going to try to get back into the playoffs as soon as next year. And this one really surprised me. Apparently, the Detroit Red Wings are going to sign Calvin Pickard to a 2-year contract. Pickard, I loved him 2 years ago. The last 2 years of his career have been an unmitigated disaster. Steve Yzerman, I gave him all the credit in the world for picking Moritz Seider while everybody else was hating on that pick at last week's draft. But if he picks up Pickard, I'm going to be scratching my head on that one quite a bit. That is an oddball thing to do because they already have Howard and Bernier signed. I don't see Pickard pushing either of those guys out of jobs. So I guess it's an AHL signing. It's still weird to me. And for Canuck fans, I'm sorry, but rumor has it And I know Canuck fans are already all up in arms about this, but Tyler Myers apparently is rumored to be on a long-term deal to Vancouver. It is possible that Myers wanted a long-term deal and Vancouver offered more term than anybody else at a higher cap hit. Rumor has it at over $6 million a year. So we'll see. This could be a huge signing in its term and in its amount. And then we'll see next April if it was worth it. This is not one of those contracts that, well, we'll see long-term how it works out. No. This would be the Canucks signaling they want to get back to the playoffs now. And if it works, they're in the playoffs next year. If they're not, and I've been saying this for a while, with the moves he's made now, Benning's out of a job if they miss the playoffs next year. But I have a funny feeling the Aquilinis may have sat him down after missing the playoffs this year and told him, yeah, this is the last year we want to miss the playoffs. They're missing out on big playoff paydays. So I kind of understand it from owners' perspectives. The amount of money you make on playoff tickets, that is your cream of the crop. And for some teams, that can be the difference between making a profit and not making a profit. Pittsburgh being an example of that not too long ago, where if they made the playoffs, they would make a profit. And if they didn't, there was no money coming in. They were losing money. So we'll see if Myers goes to Vancouver. And Panarin, right now, it would appear, might be an Islander at this time tomorrow. Yeah, the Islanders apparently might be the only team willing to meet the demands of Panarin. Maybe that $11.25 million the Rangers were apparently offering either got one-upped by the Islanders, or maybe it was the Islanders offering him $11.25 million. Either way, it's a lot of money. And apparently Varlamov is being tied to the Islanders as well, for the simple reason that they both have the same agent. There's a lot of talk about Panarin and Bobrovsky going the same place. Right now it looks like Bobrovsky, Florida, absolutely. But Varlamov and Panarin with the same agent, both going to the Islanders, we'll see. And that would mean that Robin Lehner would then be looking for a job as well. Florida would be out, the Islanders would be out, and Carolina would be a logical place for him possibly to go. So if he went there with Reimer, then you're looking at Mrazek having to look somewhere else. See how this works? We're going to have rotating goalies again. Seems like every summer we see goalies rotating spots. Smith going to Edmonton, Talbot potentially to Calgary. It's going to be a very interesting day tomorrow. So there you go. You guys are all set for tomorrow? Me too. It's going to be exciting. And for people wondering, yes, there will be a live stream. It will be early by my standards. I understand for people on the East Coast, they're going to be like, poor baby, you woke us up in the middle of the night last night. Yeah, I know. It's going to be early. I'm thinking I want to start before TSN and Sportsnet. And I know they start at 8 o'clock Pacific in the morning and 11 o'clock Eastern. So I'm going to try to go on the air a little bit before they do. Just because from the Eric Bischoff School of Business, you want to go ahead and scoop what they're going to tell people. So I'm aiming for that. We'll see how well I do. It means I got to drag myself. I'm usually up by 8 a.m. anyways. I have that scratchy throat you got when you first wake up in the morning. And I got the bags under my eyes and I just don't feel great either. So we'll see how I do tomorrow morning. All right. So look forward to that. Nice long live stream for you fine people. And I'm looking forward to providing that. And this is usually the most fun day of the year. Being July 1st, being Canada Day. And watch for me to bring out an outfit tomorrow that I've put together just for the Canada Day live stream, because I'm going to really look like Canada. Nobody's going to tune into the live stream and go, well, where is this guy? They're going to tune in and go, wow, that guy's in Canada. Or he really would like to be Canadian, one or the other. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon.